For the board's information, we review the code of conduct annually. Part of the process is a review by the attorney, as well as consultation with all the building administrators, who obviously are the ones who are on the front lines in terms of implementing the language. And so the two recommended changes that are in the code this year are language that specifically prohibits the use of e-cigarettes and language that specifically prohibits the sale of prescription drugs. Those are the only substantive changes to the code. Thank you.
Thank you, Steve. Would anybody like to comment at all for the public on the code of conduct? Okay. Nobody wants to comment. I'll make the motion to close the public hearing. Okay, Craig? Second, Maureen? Okay. All those in favor? Aye. Okay, opposed? Okay. Now I can stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, and I would like to protect the flag to lead us to the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, just for the record, all board members are present with the exception of Terry DeFalco, who is still on vacation at this point. Is there a student representative here tonight? No. No? Okay. Can I also take a motion to accept minutes from August 18th? Someone can make that motion? Okay, Maureen, second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, opposed? Okay, superintendent's comments. Dr. Adams, anything you'd like to add?
Yes, I would like to announce at this time, and we'll do so more formally during the CSIP process, but received a letter last week from the New York State Department of Education Office of Accountability, recognizing two of our schools as reward schools. The certificate, which we will award later in October and the first meeting in November, says the following. In celebration of highest achievement in the state with no significant gaps in student achievement, your school has earned recognition as a reward school for the 2015-2016 school year, recognizing the achievement of Richard P. Connor Elementary and Cherry Lane Elementary School in leading New York State toward the accomplishment of educational excellence through an increase in student achievement and closing the gap in student performance. So these are two schools that are being recognized as reward schools. I wanted to announce that on the eve of the first day of school, and we will formally award these, as I said, when we go through the CSIP process.
Okay. Thank you. Next.
One other thing from my perspective, with the start of school tomorrow, there is a new parent drop-off area for the high school. This was initiated through us commissioning a safety study. There were multiple incidents over the last couple of years with the drop-offs intermingling with the buses, and in so doing, putting students at risk. We commissioned a safety study. They indicated to us that in order to enhance the safety of our students and staff, that we should relocate the drop-off. So the drop-off area is now going to be over where the baseball field is, so the parents will drop off there and go through the student parking lot, and the students will enter the building at the corner. And again, that's based upon a safety study and to enhance the safety of our students. I've not received any questions, but tonight the board will be asked under an action item to establish non-resident tuition rate, and I would like Mr. Steve Walker to share some information regarding the process, and so I'll turn over the balance of my comments to Mr. Walker.
Thank you, Dr. Adams. And obviously, this is a decision and a change in policy that the board gave a great deal of thought to before adopting that policy in July of this year, earlier this summer. And it's really a part of a plan where we begin thinking about the long-term sustainability of programs in the district. I think with all due respect to the other districts in this county, in this area, this is the premier school district in this region, in this area, offering an incredible array of high-quality programs to students. But despite that, the enrollment continues to drop. And we're not talking about a blip, and we've talked about this publicly several times. This is now a trend. And when you have a senior class of approximately 390 students and a kindergarten class of 233 students, when you start to translate that out over the course of years, the math adds up to, unfortunately, reduced numbers of sections, reduced number of quality people doing the work, and reduced number of amounts of opportunities for kids. And so, again, not to address that situation today, but over the long term, one of our goals is to try to market the school district in a way that will attract high-quality students from other local school districts whose parents will want to pay tuition for them to come and receive these opportunities. Without a step like this, it becomes virtually impossible to sustain the same level of opportunity for 60% fewer kids. It's just a function of mathematics and economics over the course of time. The other aspect of it is this school district, like all school districts, public school districts in New York State, struggles to generate revenue. As we heard from the comptroller, I think the tax rate will be under 1%. The tax rate will be under 1% again for the upcoming school year. This allows us again to be selective in which students we would allow to bring into the school district, to bring them in on one-year bases, to see how they perform, and again gives us the prerogative to make that decision and generates revenue for the school district, and hopefully over the course of time allows us to sustain opportunities for the students who reside in this school district. So that's the thinking behind it, and I thank the board for having made that decision. I think hopefully in the long term it's one that works out well.
Thank you very much, Steve. Dr. Adam, do you want to add anything else to that? I think one of the things just to stress also, I know we spoke about it, was first, it's on a first come, first served basis, and it's also going to be reviewed annually by the Board of Education and the superintendent and administration, just so you understand a little bit of background on it. So thank you very much. Appreciate that update. We're now going to go into public participation, just on action items only. Just a couple reminders, nothing major. This will last up to 30 minutes. Each speaker can have 3 minutes. And if you could come up to the podium, state your name, school affiliation, village, residences, your residency, area you're living, and if you address your comments to the Board of Ed president or acting president tonight. That's pretty much it. Very simple. There's only action items only, so if anybody has any comments, feel free. I think you're okay.
Okay. I don't think that's working. Just a very, I'm Linda Eisen, I live in Airmont. There's been a lot of discussion on Facebook recently about the new policy about admitting non-resident students, and a couple of questions that I think a lot of parents have, that if there's some way to address that, I think would be really helpful. One of the questions is about how it's going to affect student athletes. If athletes from other districts come in and become our athletes, maybe get pushed aside. And the other one is whether there's any potential for any kind of legal issues if we decide to exclude somebody. I'm sure lawyers were involved in drafting the policy, but I know that there is a concern about that. So those are the two biggest concerns that I think I
Okay. No, those are legitimate issues. I mean, Steve, I don't know if you want to comment again on that, or just if you just want somebody to call you up and out, whatever's easier for you. Or
I think I would just say I'll be more than happy to meet with you, Ms. Eisen, or anyone else who wants to discuss the policy and the implications. I'll leave my card after the meeting. We certainly set up an opportunity to speak.
well, thank you, Linda.
I just want to add that all the things you mentioned were discussed as part of our decision, as far as presenting it to everybody. And so, yeah, I think he's the right person to go to because he knows inside and out.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else on action items only? Okay, we will close that part of the meeting. We would now like to go to action items. We'll be voting on 2.01 to 2.13. Make sure I'm all right. Anybody need anything pulled or would like to discuss anything before we vote? I'll roll it together. Okay, I'll take a motion for 2.01 to 2.13. Okay, Maureen and Teresa. All those in favor? Aye. Okay, opposed? Okay, hey, we're getting it now. Okay, we got that approved. We now have Dr. items. Is there any administrative reports on?
None.
Okay, information items.
None.
Okay, discussion items. We have one on the agenda, which is status of the advocacy committee. We actually spoke about it, I think, the last meeting. Some of you probably heard it. The advocacy committee, the only thing we really need to do is vote upon whether it's going to be standing or part-time like an ad hoc. And we're going to take the vote at the next meeting. Does any board member want to discuss this policy before obviously we vote next meeting?
To have this discussion at the August 18th meeting, which we did, and I'm just going to summarize a few points that were brought up, and if anybody has any other input to add, please do. We had said that there are plenty of opportunities for our Board of Ed and our Advocacy Committee to advocate for our students, education and well-being. Those opportunities are all year round and outstanding, and there's always plenty to advocate for. There are several organizations that are local, state, and federal that can provide us with ideas and tools that would assist us in advocacy. And of course, we would be picking and choosing of those opportunities what suits our students, what is pertinent to our district and our children here. In addition to all that, we've also set a standard for other districts that have started following our lead and wanting to do the same. And I'd like our committee to become a standing committee.
Okay. Thank you, Ron. Anybody else want to comment? Like I said, we're going to vote next meeting on it. I think we're all pretty much in agreement we need it. Just a matter of what's going to be permanent or not, but that's the case. Anyone else? Okay. Thank you. The next thing we have is public participation, which is basically on anything you like as to relate to the district. Once again, a reminder, you can address the comments up here. 3 minutes per person, up to 30 minutes. And that's it. And you can state your affiliation, schools, village, town, whatever you like to. Anybody like to speak on anything at all? Whatever you like.
I have got teacher voice, so it's okay for that.
All ready for
We don't even
tomorrow?
know if it's working, so.
Okay, are we working?
Yep.
Yeah, good enough. Okay. I'm Eileen Finnegan. I am a teacher at Suffolk Middle School, math teacher. I am the parent of 3 Suffolk High School graduates who went through Reward School, Connor School. 2 of them did. And tomorrow is my 31st opening day at Ramapo Central. And I really don't want to be here right now because I want to be home with my class lists and trying to figure out how to pronounce kids' names and looking to see if anybody has a birthday this week so I can make them feel special when they come to class. But it got me thinking today when we had the conversation earlier that 31 years ago, when I had my first opening day, we didn't have a contract. And as I've been thinking all day today, it occurred to me that we have never, in my 31 years, stopped talking. And that alarms me. I've been here long enough. I am now teaching the children of my first students. And I never remember a time when we all stopped talking to each other. And it frightens me. I'm not done. I got more years after this 31st. And I'm going to be around for a while. And I really think that we need to get back to face-to-face conversations because there's nothing so scary that we can't talk about together. We have community here. And we've always felt safe in these negotiations, even though I've been on the negotiating team and I've been on to yell at a board member or 2. Those of you who know me. But everything always worked out, and we never stopped talking. So I'd like to ask that everybody get back together over a table and talk. Please.
Thank you, Ellen. Thank you, Ellen. Anyone else like to speak? Or anything? Okay. I think at this time we have Superintendent's closing comments.
I have no additional comments.
Hey, thank you, Dr. Adams. What is it to me? Wasn't it 20 minutes? Okay, I'd like to ask for a motion for adjournment. Kim Maureen? Okay, I have one last time. All in favor? Aye. And listen, all of you, faculty here, best of luck for your first day in school. Thank you for your efforts. All right, thank you.